Hey Cat Gangers, Deva here with another exciting video. I covered last week the Kjarr meta dual blade builds, but I mentioned in the video that we can go higher with the damage. And not only by 2% but by a whole 5%, which is quite a bit. I like to call those speedrunning or paper builds because they do require certain conditions to be able to output that 10% more raw damage, so about 5% overall more damage, since about half of the damage is element on dual blades. So basically all the builds will have to drop health boost 3 and crit die 7 to get a much less comfortable affinity source, which is weakness exploit, but also gain resentment 5 and agitator 5. Running resentment means you cannot use health regeneration or else it will not work well together, if not at all. Also, no health regeneration without health boost 3 on Sapphire armor is honestly just Cartland, even if you don't get hit by a monster. And that is not the biggest disadvantage. Using weakness exploit is because it requires 100% tenderized uptimes on hitting literally every single hit on tenderized weak spots. We all know that's not very realistic for almost everyone, if not on a scripted run. If you miss just once a weak spot and don't crit, you do lose 40% raw damage from crit boost and 35% elemental damage from crit element as well. So yeah, every single hit that doesn't crit will be a massive damage loss, and your 5% damage that you gained over dropping health boost 3 and health regeneration and 100% affinity anywhere is gonna be wasted. I can guarantee, regardless how much more damage a build with weakness exploit gains, a 100% crit chance anywhere build will mostly outdamage it on known speedruns, and this is the reason why I didn't want to make this as a build video, but just include it in my build album collection, which I did. But yeah, I don't know how good everyone is, so he can decide on his own which build he's going for. I'm just really annoyed of how people on Discords, and especially known Discords, title those min-max shitty paper builds as meta only because they can output an irrelevant increased amount on damage on perfectly executed speedruns or even hunts to cut off less than 5 seconds. So don't get me wrong, if you're confident and having god playstyle, feel free to go for it and everyone can decide on his own. But I like to tell you the negative side of min-max DPS builds, because I see randoms or newcomers asking in discords, hey, what's a good build for dual blades? And then someone throws in a picture of this Cartland builds, and that's really not helpful. A build must fit the player and the player must be able to handle the build. That's how it works. So here are the most powerful and damaging builds for dual blades at the moment, which I do not call meta by any means. Augments will be for all builds full element, and augment modes 5 times element, and the last two have to be attack since you can't choose element. I'm displaying all of the builds since there is almost nothing changing except on the Kjarr fire we have to run Mind's Eye. Unless you can hit all your hits on tenderized weak spots because you do not bounce there. They also require one additional weakness exploit due to low affinity. Tiny percentages of damage are pretty irrelevant on a game like this. I do not recommend this build outside of solo, speedrunning, or for very confident players that know they're never going to be hit and hit only tenderized weak spots. And also you can use coalescence of course in the build if the monster can give you easily a blight, but it's not something every monster does, so I don't add them by standard in my builds. Hope you all enjoyed this video and have a much cleaner point of view of why more damage on papers is not more damage on hunts, even regardless how much someone is trying to tell you that on a Discord server, unless you meet all the conditions for perfect execution like I mentioned before. If the call helps you, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you want to see next from me. Also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more awesome guides, builds and speedrun videos. With that said, I wish you all a nice day and happy hunting, guys.